Breitling in recent years have begun to shift their offerings to entice a new, slightly younger audience. We saw the start of this last year with a new Navitimer, and at the end of 2018, the rebirth of the Premier line. Fast forward to Baselworld 2019, and this mindset has continued to evolve, with a lot more models added to the range. When we sat down for our Breitling meeting, I was excited to see a couple of new releases I already knew about, whereas some were all brand new to me. Let's discover Breitling at Baselworld 2019. First up, the Breitling Navitimer 806 reissue. This was one of the first releases announced at Baselworld this year for Breitling, and it's fair to say they started strong. The Navitimer 806 1959 re-edition is one of the most faithful, accurate reissues we have seen from a brand in a good few years. The only updated feature of this watch is the use of superluminova and the new manual wind B09 movement. Apart from that, the watch is identical to a model from 1959. On the wrist, the watch is clean, crisp, and very comfortable. It doesn't feel big or bulky at all, something which Breitling watches have felt in the past. Getting your hands on original vintage watches isn't normally an easy process. However, releases like this means the original design is still remembered and enjoyed. Sticking with the Navitimer for a moment, and the new 41mm model. This watch builds on the new Navitimer we saw released last year. Those were 38mm and time only, and for 2019, they're now 41mm. In person, these new additions are all very Breitling. Last year, I found the 38mm, although appealing in smaller size, they did feel a little bit more feminine. However now, in 41mm, and especially on the bracelet, it feels very masculine indeed. The watch is only 10mm thick as well, meaning it's a great daily option for someone who wants to capture the Navitimer charm in a very wearable way. Staying with the Navitimer, we have these three limited edition models. Each model comes in Breitling's 43mm case, however each option makes the most of bright vibrant colours to represent different airways. Swiss Air, TWA and Pan Am have all been represented with these watches, with sapphire display casebacks etched with each logo. Although large in size, these models are bold, unique, and make a real statement. The Pan Am model, with its blue dial, is probably the most out there edition, whereas the Swiss Air and TWA favour more traditional dial colours, with red editions throughout. Next, we have the new Super Ocean. This is a real staple in the Breitling lineup. Over the years, the Super Ocean name has graced many a Breitling dial. However, now we see an updated dial for this watch. The latest evolution of the Super Ocean sticks with 6, 9 and 12 on the dial, with the date window sitting at the 3 o'clock position. The range now expands to 36mm, 42mm, 44mm and 46mm, with a massive amount of strap and dial options available. Breitling has some real history with this range, so it's great to see them really invest in the Super Ocean name and try to appeal to a wide of an audience as possible. The new Premier Norton watch takes a different design approach to the rest of the Premier range, sporting a more urban chic design. The watch in person has a very strong look to it. The balance between the bright white subdials and tachymeter scale are very appealing when combined with the warmth of the yellow gold coloured indices and hands. The watch has been created in collaboration with Norton Motorcycles. So, if you want to combine two hobbies, pick up one of these and one of the 77 new Commando 961 racers from Norton. The standard Premier range from Breitling also saw a brand new colour added. Here we now get a great looking sunburst grey edition, making this already sporty lineup even more so. This is probably one of my favourite additions this year from Breitling. Finally, we had a look at the new Breitling Bentley Premier watch. This is a sunburst green dial we looked at last year when covering the Breitling Summit in London. There is also a brand new Elmwood dial option as well, which unfortunately we didn't see. However, you can't argue with the green dial's aesthetic. Georges Kearns has started to focus on their own Breitling Summit in the past 12 months. Much like last year, I also heard rumours that 2019 is Breitling's last Baselworld. The main conclusion we can draw from this rumour is that no one really knows what will happen. If Breitling, Patek Philippe, Rolex, Tag Heuer or Tudor decide 2019 was their last year, it would have a huge impact on the show, let alone the industry. For now though, I think Breitling are moving in the right direction for the brand. The foundations were laid last year, and this is the beginning of a new direction for the brand. To find out more about the Breitling releases, check out the link in our description, as well as our thoughts on the two new latest Breitling watches in more detail on the WatchGecko online magazine.